I'm here to talk to you about something very important today. This is serious. I want to know what you are doing to stop the spread of early onset feline AIDS. This disease has been known to ravage the feline communities and spread terror across their feral lives. Are you willing to donate not only your time, but your money and your emotions to stopping this terrible, terrible affliction? Well, have I got news for you? We're not going to be talking about anything like that today because what we're doing is my new favorite thing. Apostrophe? Apostrophe. Jesus Christ. All right. Sometimes I'm a little too baked for this. It could be one of those days, but I'm seriously, I am here to unironically talk about two things that people have some mixed feelings about. And I am really enjoying one of them that is new to me. And the other one is older, but I took a little break from it, came back to it, and I'm extremely happy that I did. So, without further ado, let's talk about my new favorite thing. First, I would say that I am unironically playing a certain mobile game that is advertised pretty heavily that is actually not bad. Not that bad. Although, for how much I gave Diablo Immortal shit for the costs of their microtransactions, this goes way above and beyond. So I do not like that part of it. But the actual gameplay is fun in terms of managing these teams and battling these monsters. And unfortunately, what I've been playing is Raid Shadow Legends. Okay? I'm just going to say it. It's actually good. But I like those kind of games. I used to play Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I used to play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. You might be noticing a trend there. I also played Final Fantasy Schoolgirl Dressing Outfit Simulator 3000, unreleased fan game that you have to be in a forum to find, but don't go looking for it because you won't find it. I promise you. It's a very secret group and they don't like newcomers. But I like those kind of games where you basically have a team of 4 or 5 heroes and you go out and you battle bad guys. It's great. And this one is good. Okay? I'm just going to say it. It's good. It's fun. I run 4 accounts because I've got a problem, but I'm also just taking advantage of the referral system, which is, easy to do. It's got tools that help you farm all of your food to feed to your champions to make them stronger and all kinds of things that won't make any sense to anyone who's not ever played the game. But it is something fun to just pick up and play every now and again or obsessively play for a few hours because there's a lot of different things that you can do. Now you might say, but D, that game's been out for a long time. How can I even get started? Well, right now, you can get started with a really powerful free tank. They've got this thing called the Ultimate Death Knight. I don't really think the videos that they've been pushing out of these like fake little interviews with the major streamers from Raid and the Ultimate Death Knight character as some animated back and forth podcast interview. But I admittedly haven't watched them, so maybe there is some comedy there. I don't know. I'm just a hater first and a liker second. It's got everything that you would want, including the ability to, save up precious resources and do a roll for champions and get one decent one you think, and then you go and look them up in the tier list and they're a fucking piece of shit. You're like, God damn it. Can I get some luck Well, eventually, on an infinite scale, yes, you will get some luck. I do not put very much money into this game at all. I put some swag bucks in to get this monthly gem thing. That's about all that I really would do on a regular basis, because a lot of their stuff is really poorly priced. Now, every now and again, something good will come up that's actually worth it, and maybe I'll pull the trigger on that. But again, I would consider myself basically free to play with a little bit of dipping my toes in the ocean sometimes. It's a gacha game, just like any of those other ones that I mentioned, Grand Blue Fantasy or whatever, Summoner Wars, a lot of those games where they've got gacha. You've seen some in the Japanese commercial videos that I've done. Square Enix had one commercial with Oniki. So, call back to that if you want to go back and check that set of commercials out. But yeah, it's a nicely designed game. It flows really well in terms of how to go through it. The battling is pretty simplistic. You just hit auto and let it run. You can go in and manage it if you are battling something that needs a little bit more hands-on touch. But, you'll also find that a lot of the champions are designed as if they were waiting around for a little hands-on touch. Nevertheless, perverted fantasy designers aside, you get a very decent game out of it that is worth exploring. They put out promo codes all the time. They just put out another one that gives you free shit to level up characters during an event where you get credit for leveling up characters. So they do encourage you to play, but, everybody with an app does. So, check it out. Don't check it out. I really don't give a shit. It's just what I felt like talking about today. And, I am not going to do anything like put up a referral link or any of that shit, because, I'm not about that. I'm just about, talking about shit that I like. But, so let's go to item number 2. What could item number 2 be? You think maybe it's Rick and Morty. Okay. I'm just going to come out and say it. It's Rick and Morty. I love it. I've always loved it. I think the show is well written, despite even, all the controversy of what I think was the 3rd season where the writing changed a little bit and people got in an uproar. Doesn't matter. That season still had funny moments in it. Season 4 had really funny moments in it. It's in the way that you use it. It's one of the greatest sequences of anything in animation ever, in my opinion. Jerry is a fucking piece of shit. And now that I'm into episode 2 of season 6, it's been great revisiting it after taking some time off. Really loved the first 3 seasons. Took some time away. Didn't watch season 4. Didn't watch season 5, obviously. But I did actually watch season 4 probably about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. But even still, that's been a while. And now that there was a lot of it, I went back and started from season 4, went up to 5, and now am into 6. Canonically, they've got a great storyline. Everything with the whole central finite curve and all this stuff with the Mortys and the Ricks and the Smiths in general. It's great. It's fun. I love all of the concepts of all of that shit. You heard my friend Tim and I talk about a lot of that stuff when I did the episode about the rabbit holes and UFOs and all that shit. I'm into that shit. So a nihilistic fucking scientist based off of Marty McFly and Doc Brown from Back to the Future is right up my alley. Rick Sanchez is a really well-written character. Justin Roiland is a really creative and funny actor in terms of, he does voice acting, and the way he does it is incredible. He can weave in between the two, or he can do them separately. But he's just a great creator. I called out Donald Glover the other day, and he's also really creative. But Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, Dan Harmon employing Donald Glover on Community. He's always had an eye for talent, and I've been a fan of Dan Harmon since Dead Alewives. Way back forever ago. Found them through this little known PlayStation gem called The Summoner. I think also the clip I'm thinking of was from Summoner 2. But back when you had to use Napster or Kazaa or LimeWire to download things, you could search Dead Alewives and find what was essentially would be now a podcast. And Dan Harmon does have a D&D based podcast, actually, that I should go listen to. And they're just goofing around as basically, I think, like an improv group was what it was. And they recorded this set of things of fake D&D adventures, and they're great. So, you know, hopefully I can find it, and maybe I'll link the video in a card here. But they're amazing. And so, you know, Dan Harmon led me to Rick and Morty because it was a project with Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. And I'm all about Dan Harmon. I'm a big stan. So, you know, I think Rick and Morty is really great. I think the concept is amazing. Yes, the fans, Jesus Christ, Szechuan sauce and everything. The fans can be fucking annoying as shit. But what fans aren't? I mean, they're fanatics, right? That's why they're called fanatics. So they do fanatical shit like swarm McDonald's for Szechuan sauce. They yell Pickle Rick at people. But people did that with Chappelle's show. I literally walked out of a bar. I'm walking out of a bar. This guy's walking up to me the other way. He's coming this way. There's a horse in between us because for whatever reason where I live, they had mounted police. The horse shits. And during the whole Howard Dean, we're going to take the White House thing, Chappelle did an impersonation of that. And, you know, everybody watched the Chappelle show. So this horse takes a shit. The other guy walking up to me just walks up and he goes, "Bah!" yelling at this horse shit. And it was great. Memorable moment. I'll never forget it. And, you know, that is where pop culture just does what it does. And the fanatics do what they do. So I forgive them for yelling Pickle Rick at people and swarming McDonald's for Szechuan sauce. Because, you know, let's be real. Greasy folks go and buy all the Pokemon cards out of the Happy Meals at McDonald's. Okay? People do weird shit. Just let people be weird and enjoy what you want to enjoy. So these are the things that I enjoy. If you don't really enjoy it, that's fine. But hey, maybe you should check it out. If you think my suggestions are worth the shit, give it a shot. You know, you don't have to stick to it and say, hey, wasn't for me. Not interested. You know, don't care. I'll be like, all right, that's cool. I still love you. And I hope you tune in again later. I hope you have a great day, a great night, a great morning, a great life. And, you know, don't get hit by a bus. These are the important things. All right? Later.
Come on and get the D. Here's some news important to me. So remember to like, share, and subscribe.